Alright guys, TacticalRab back again today. Hope you're all doing well and enjoying your day so far. Welcome back to Valorant News. Plenty of updates today, not just on the Esports Awards side, with loads of victories going the way of Valorant teams and organisations associated with the esport, but also some roster updates all across the board. The TSM team has been officially confirmed, and also Stewie2K's team might well have a new member as well. Very much enjoy your thoughts in the comment section below. Hit the like button if you enjoy. Subscribe if you're new as always, I would greatly appreciate it. First of all here, the Lock-In Brazil event that's happening relatively soon. I mean, look, it's February time, right? It's happening, so it's quite a while away. But 2 months away, we are going to get the pro teams officially in action on LAN, playing up against each other. Now, the tickets have been available since last night. I believe the majority sold out within about a few hours. So if you're local, if you want to attend, you probably can still get some, but it might be slim pickings right now because I think the tickets have been relatively cheap compared to, let's just say, North American standards, and they've been selling out quickly indeed. So probably a patch crowd there in Brazil, in Sao Paulo. Exciting stuff. Let's talk about the Esports Awards then. This was kind of the unofficial Esports Awards that Will, mind you, is doing for the NA VCT Awards. The first one goes the way of FNS, the best IGL. So congratulations. I think this is certainly justified after the season that he had. But the official Esports Awards presented by, well, Esports Awards, Loud, their Valorant team, wins Esports Team of the Year. I think this is certainly justified after their performance. Was so good pretty much all season. Won the World Championship in the end. Always a difficult one to say about Team of the Year just because there's so many different esports. To come up with a team that deserves it across like all the different esports is pretty tough, but Loud were relatively dominant and they capped it off with the victory at the World Championship, so understandably they get the victory there. Riot Games as well win the best esports production and broadcast team of the year. Pretty cool stuff. Now, you know, in fairness, I think they do an incredible job in League of Legends. There is no doubt about it. The League of Legends production for the World Championship is just far beyond and above anything else we see in esports right now. But in Valorant, I haven't been like massively impressed in fairness. Hopefully they can step that up going forwards. I'm sure that going into Sao Paulo it's going to get better, but yeah, if they can just bring the same lads they use for League of Legends over to the Valorant stuff, we would have an absolute rocket ship of a broadcast, let's say. And Valorant also wins the Esports Game of the Year, so you know, impressive victory again. I'm pretty sure Valorant won this last year. They also won the Game Awards Esports of the Year as well, just a few weeks ago, or a few days ago actually. So yeah, fair play. Valorant wins that again. A potentially an even better season to come for Valorant when the VCT officially begins, with the fact that a tier 2 is a thing as well. Now, this was also worthy of note though, is that the organisation of the year didn't go to Loud, didn't go to any other organisation. It went to OpTic Gaming because they won a lot this season. They won a lot in Valorant, or they at least won one thing and were very competitive. They won in Call of Duty. They won the World Championship in Halo. They won in Apex Legends. I think pretty sure their Dallas Fuel Overwatch team did also very well. So, you know, they killed it across many different esports, and they won the Esports Organisation of the Year. But an organisation, obviously, that Riot Games rejected to be part of their franchise ecosystem, and you know, by getting rejected, now OpTic barely get any airtime in any of those documentaries that we've seen them do the last couple of days. So it's just interesting, right? And you know, I do wonder whether it's possible in future that OpTic still get a spot in the franchise league, but for that to happen, they'd probably have to field a tier 2 roster, which right now they probably don't want to do. So the only way this might happen is if down the line, a couple of years, you know, Riot say, you know what, OpTic, you guys are killing it, maybe we should re-establish these conversations about bringing you into the franchise league, and say, yeah, maybe let's say one of their partners is underperforming. That's the thing about the partnership league being different to franchising, because in franchising you pay the money, you get in, and you know, once Riot Games and the publisher accepts that, there's kind of nothing they can do about it necessarily. Whereas the partnership league we are in, Riot decides, right, the teams have to keep delivering the results in terms of performance of the team, in terms of content, in terms of investments, and if they don't, then Riot can say, you know what, we don't want you part of our league anymore, and drop you like that kind of you know, meme from Toy Story where Woody gets dropped, I don't want to play with you anymore. That's basically the way that Riot Games can act here, and they can make their call as to whether they want to bring another organisation in. So just thought that was interesting, but still sad to me that OpTic didn't somehow get a spot in the franchise partnership side is the official term, but people still call it the franchise league. And also Pansy won the Esports Play-by-Play Caster of the Year. I don't know if Pansy's won this before for her work in Counter-Strike, but I think this is also very much justified. Thought she did a phenomenal job this season for the Valorant side as well. Let's talk then about Rostermania stuff, because here we go. TSM are officially back. So we talked about G2, we're going to talk about the guards, we're going to talk about FaZe over the coming days with their tier 2 roster announcements, but TSM have confirmed their team. Now, I don't know what's going on with Subroza. Leave your thoughts in the comment section below, because I thought Subroza was going to be here, and now I'm not really seeing him on any tier list in terms of what he's doing. Maybe he's going to do a Zoms and, you know, retire, or maybe he's going to do a Marved and take a year out or something. But yeah, this is their team. Corey's going to stay, I think very much justified. Seven is back in business this as well. They've got Nature there as well to kind of help round out the team. And crucially, in their IGL position, HazEd is officially back in business. So they've got GMD, of course, as their fourth man. But here he is. HazEd is back, right? Kind of crazy what TSM have been up to. Minus HazEd, you know, plus HazEd, minus HazEd. And then they've got him back in again. But yeah, this guy's still going. It's really cool to see him back on the team as the IGL and controller of this roster. And that is your team of 5 for TSM going forwards. How well will these guys match up? We've seen that M80 team of Nismo and co. They look very good. We saw that, of course, the G2 roster, right, should be fantastic with Whippy, Penny, ShahZaM, dapr, and Oxy there rounding out the team. This team should also be very competitive. But we are probably going to get some big name teams failing to even make it into the Challengers League, let alone win the whole Ascension thing. TSM probably is an organization that will get the nod from Riot to be like, hey, yeah, just come into the Challengers League anyway, given their history. And it was a bit of a surprise in the first place that TSM weren't, you know, partnered, first of all, in the Tier 1 side. But yeah, he says Daddy's back. Some good responses here from the league, with Som from NRG saying James is back, and then, of course, Ethan from Evil Geniuses saying, you know, yes, he's back in business. So pretty cool stuff. But I wanted to mention this for you guys. So at the top right, you guys can see Xander, Nismo EU, Kuala Noob and co, John QT in a game with the M80 team. But also down here at the bottom, you guys can see a certain Rossi teaming up with Brax. And also Stewie 2K. So that team that formerly had Zoms in. So we believe, I don't know if Raucus is there anymore, what exactly is going on, but I'm pretty sure they've got Stewie, Brax, Exalt, and Wardell, I believe, is the other man on that team with, I think, Danny as the coach. I'm pretty sure Raucus is gone now. So that's the team. Zoms decided, you know what, this isn't going to cut it for me. I don't want to leave Sentinels to play here. I'm just going to, you know, do content basically, which I think is a sensible decision. So Rossi instead, who has some experience playing that controller role, is probably going to be Zoms' replacement, and he's going to step into this team. Is that team of, as I say, Stewie, Brax, I mean, it's like a crazy team in theory. In terms of the history of some of these guys, with Exalt, Rossi, and Wardell, could that team do anything? I don't know. To me, like, I'm not expecting that much from it, and I think it's one of these teams that potentially could get surprised in the open qualifiers.
It came with RGB LED lights. It's like perfect.
30 seconds left.
Next tourney, Brazil. No, we're playing in the Ludwig tournament. Oh, I don't know if I'm supposed to say that, but I think we're just forget I actually
Killjoy calls her tech killer robot.
I also shared that clip there from Cryo, right, last night on stream, talking about the possibility of playing an event with 100 Thieves before the Sao Paulo kickoff in Brazil. So we know that Ludwig and Tarek are hosting the Ludwig-Tarek Invitational in early January. I believe it's going to be a LAN event, and 100 Thieves are clearly very keen to play an awful lot of action right now. Like, they want to play in all these tournaments, all the LAN tournaments they can. Makes sense. Young team, lots of potential to be realized. They won the Red Bull home grounds. And also Mike's, right, as the new head coach there. He's got to get some more experience as well on LAN with these guys, understanding their personalities, understanding what makes them tick, understanding what to say, what to do when they're down and in a little bit of a difficult spot. So I think all the practice they can get, the better. Now, supposedly, so obviously he was meant not to leak it or whatever, but it's now been leaked. Now, Tarek has also said on stream, to my understanding, that he's trying to get Sentinels to play. Of course, it is Sentinels Tarek. He's trying to get the Sen roster to play. So, of course, I'm sure you guys would like to see that to be playing in that tournament. I don't know how many teams they're going to get, maybe 6 or 8 or something. I think they're trying to get some teams from outside North America as well. But yeah, getting Sentinels to agree to play would be great to see from a fan perspective. Is it great to see from Sentinels' perspective just because if they lose, everyone's going to be talking trash? But also for similar reasons, as I just said with 100 Thieves, maybe also Sentinels should heavily consider it, just because if they don't, they could fall behind quite significantly other teams and not be so well prepared when they do turn up to Sao Paulo. So very much intrigued to your thoughts on that one in the comments section below. And also this quickly from NRG, confirming another couple of coaches and analysts joining the NRG team. So they're expanding, you know, Kruger and Trainer expanding their talent quite significantly inside and out of the roster. So they've got Chet as the head coach, they've now got Trainer as the assistant coach, and Kruger as the analyst. Like, you know, they are clearly taking things very seriously indeed. Now, we saw this yesterday, of course. If you guys are unfamiliar, just, you know, have a quick pause. As I say, probably it's Rossi here stepping into the Nation team that's still currently unclear. That's where Zoms was. He's not there anymore. there's still plenty of other things to get confirmed here. But also just to close out the video on the agent meta going forwards. So, you know, Fnatic Mini, I think they were flying to Japan with the Fnatic team. I'm not exactly sure why, but yeah, their flight got delayed or something. And, well, TopDog asked the question, do you think Chamber is still viable? And if yes, on which maps? Mini reckons, the coach of the team, Chamber is basically dead, mostly awful, and AlphaGer will now be on the Sentinel role, playing the Cypher or whatever, as opposed to what he was doing before, which is pretty interesting stuff, right? Because AlphaGer, we don't really know what he can do in those roles, how he's going to fare against others as kind of the full-time Sentinel, but obviously a very talented player, so we'll see how that goes. The other part is then on Chamber itself, because as we'll see in one tweet here in just a second, I'll actually share it for you guys, Mini says he's now on his actual role, which I guess is kind of like operator, general, you know, Raze, Jet. dapr is an incredibly talented and versatile player on all of those roles I just mentioned, so I don't think he's going to have any issues not being on the full-time Chamber. But yeah, it seems like dapr is now, as 4am describes, free from the shackles of the French agent, and Artist reckons the following: Chamber is going to have a 5% pick rate in pro play until his teleport radius is increased. So Artist from NRG maybe not happy with his Chamber being gone and nerfed significantly, but maybe they went too far with Chamber's nerf. Did they go, you know, what do you guys think about that? Did they go one step too far? The fact that the teleport radius got nerfed massively the way it works now, it means it's kind of, you know, it's difficult to find viable spots where you actually can use the teleport effectively. Certainly it's a lot harder to do that now than it was before, and that, you know, therefore dapr is probably completely off the Chamber going forwards, and Fnatic might not use it at all. But very much enjoyed your thoughts in the comment section below. Hit the like button if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new, take care, and I'll see you next time.